Community, the KCK Police Department, and the family of Captain Dave Melton are preparing for an emotional weekend.
Tomorrow marks 3 years since his murder. The Melton family sat down with KCTV5's Joe Chiodo to talk about how they're keeping his memory alive.
July 19, 2016 was the last time Captain Dave Melton walked into these doors at the KCK Police Department. Tonight, his family wants you to remember the man he was and for the first time, introduce you to a part of him he left behind.
I can't believe it's been that long.
In times of tragedy, time itself has a way of moving slow.
So much has happened in that time.
And fast, all at once.
But, you know, thinking about it, it still takes me right back there to that day.
July 19th, 2016.
Hearing a song, seeing a specific person, being in a specific place. It's crazy it's been 3 years.
The day Zita Bates lost the man she loved. Captain Dave Melton was shot and killed tracking down suspects after a drive-by shooting.
It goes fast at times.
For John Melton,
rest now, brother. We'll take it from here.
It's been 3 years since he buried his younger brother.
But there's some times that, you know, this is a time of year when me and Dave would be working around the house or we'd be doing things together, and now we're not.
Instead, inside this house, there's now a replica of Dave's badge and a framed picture of the veteran and police captain he once was.
And I think that picture really shows David. It shows him as standing there as the captain of the police department that he is, in blue, standing up there with his chest thrown out, his shoulders pulled back.
Inside Zita's home are reminders of a different kind.
We use it all.
Like this t-shirt quilt.
It really shows kind of who he was, because it's got his Harleys and it's got his veteran stuff and his shift stuff.
But t-shirts aren't all Dave left behind.
We tell her, God, you look so much like your daddy.
This is Eloise Ann Beck Melton.
Daddy.
She's now 2.5 years old.
She looks just like him. Amazing.
Zita was pregnant with Ellie when Dave died. He never got to meet his little girl.
Was he a police officer? Yeah. Did he save us? Yes.
Right after David was killed, we planted an oak tree right out here. And so I take it, when Ellie comes over, we walk over and I say, hey, we planted this when your dad was killed, so we call it your dad's tree.
As Ellie grows and branches out on her own, time will inevitably move on.
She'll be 3 in December.
And the family knows she'll be forced to learn countless lessons.
1, 2, 3, 4,
while wishing her dad was right there by her side.
19.
Good job. The idea that she won't get to grow up knowing her dad is an incredibly difficult one. Because it's not fair. It's not fair at all.
Dave's killer is up for parole in 22 years. But this is the year they've pledged to no longer let him steal any more of their time. Friday, they'll share stories of Dave at his grave. They've done it every year since he's been gone.
As Elle gets older, it's,
Hi, Mommy.
hi, baby. It's super important for us to tell her those stories.
Stories of a fallen hero, a dad, that this little girl is undeniably keeping alive.
Seeing her is a wonderful reminder of what we had.
We'll never forget.
The family says they will be at Dave's killer's parole hearing 22 years from now. At that time, Eloise will be 25. Jamal Lewis's parole eligibility has been controversial. This past fall, in a surprise move, Lewis pleaded guilty to a lesser charge of felony murder, resulting in a lesser sentence, life with possibility of parole. The family says Wyandotte County DA Mark Dupree never told them that could happen, and when they angrily confronted Dupree, they say that he lashed back. The family then filed an ethics complaint against him.
It's God's job to forgive, not mine. But he'll never be the perfect role model that deserves to ever walk the streets.
Do you forgive him, your brother's killer, or no?
Well, forgive's a tough word, and at this time, the answer is real easy, no.
Now, that ethics complaint won't change the sentence. They say they wanted it on record for future victims that have cases involving Dupree. Joe Chiodo, KCTV5 News.
Dupree's office says that they have nothing new to say about Lewis's sentence.
Last fall, Dupree told KCTV5 he followed the Bill of Rights. Although there is a chance Lewis could get paroled, Dupree is confident that won't happen.